All right, guys, we have an update for you on the NPM attack. This is crazy. I hopped on this stream yesterday, pooping my pants. All of X yesterday was absolutely going nuts. This was dubbed the biggest attack in history and all this stuff for good measure. I mean, it seemed pretty scary. Like, I was genuinely concerned yesterday. However, we're back here at the Coin Zone second live today, Tuesday, September 9th. I'm Crypto with Paul. We're going to cover the update right now. The CIO, right, Charles? CTO of Ledger put out a tweet giving us an update. So we're going to cover this. Going to take a look at a couple other things as well on the stream. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Let's get into it. So, update on the NPM attack. The attack fortunately failed with almost no victims. Wow, after everybody really freaking out yesterday, what, like $500? Not even $400 something was actually taken. That's it, guys. It began with a phishing email from a fake NPM support domain that stole credentials and gave attackers access to publish malicious package updates. The injected code targeted web crypto activity, hooking into Ethereum, Solana, and other chains to hijack transactions and replacing wallet addresses directly in network responses. The attackers' mistakes caused crashes in CI/CD pipelines, which led to early detection and limited impact. Still, this is a clear reminder. If your funds sit in a software wallet or on an exchange, you're one code execution away from losing everything. Supply chain compromises remain a powerful malware delivery vector, and we're also seeing more targeted attacks emerge. Hardware wallets are built to withstand these threats. Features like clear signing let you confirm exactly what's happening, and transaction checks flag suspicion activity before it's too late. The immediate danger may have passed, but the threat hasn't. Stay safe. Wow. Yeah, guys, I mean, everybody was freaking out yesterday. Very crazy. It looks like really nothing too bad actually happened. So we're looking at theblock.co now. NPM supply chain attack on crypto contained with almost no victims, Ledger CTO says. Yep, we just read that. He added the implementation. Okay, so the update follows Monday's industry-wide as reported by the block. Security experts urged developers and users to pause on-chain activity amid a massive NPM supply chain event targeting Web3 projects by early Tuesday. Multiple crypto teams, including Uniswap, Morpho, MetaMask, OKX Wallet, Sui, Avi, Trezor, Lido, reported they were not affected. Yeah, I mean, after we covered it on the stream yesterday, a ton of exchanges, ton of individuals started to report everything's fine. So, sick. Great job, guys. Security collective Seal.org called the outcome lucky, noting a compromised account with packages downloaded billions of times weekly could have yielded untold riches had the payload been stealthier. While the take was minimal this time, industry veterans like Guillermo, god damn it, it's not Guillermo, I don't know, guys. Chat roast me. I don't know how to do. I'm really bad with the pronunciation of last names. The point is, he warned that software supply chain compromises remain a powerful malware vector and are becoming increasingly targeted. Yeah, this was kind of glad this happened now, because this is going to wake all of us up. Like, hey guys, yeah, we're waiting for the bull run, we're accumulating, etc. But you got to make sure whatever you're buying, wherever you're storing it, wherever you're keeping it, is a secure platform, something you can trust. Because I can't imagine waking up after accumulating for 4 years and then I go check my wallet and it's all gone. I can't imagine that. I'd probably cry. I would cry. Chat, if you would cry, let me know. Got that new Rick Ross song, Miami, with Lil Wayne and Morgan Wallen. He says, cry once, not twice. All right, Rick Ross, I guess you're a man. Great job. Great job. But this is really it, guys. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of glad this happened, because now we all know how to stay safe. Okay, if We went through yesterday the whole thing of a blind signing that we just talked about here in his tweet. You know, if you're using even something that I use, a Tangent wallet, you're still blind signing. So even though some of these wallets are pretty damn secure, when you go to send a transaction somewhere and you're blind signing, that still will leave some areas of vulnerability. We covered yesterday some hardware wallets that don't have blind signing, Ledger being one of them. The Ellipal Titan being another one, which is an interesting hardware wallet because you can stake on that platform and it's completely offline. It's very interesting in my opinion. But yeah, guys, shout out to theblock.co. There's Sydney Sweeney and Joey B. Love to see it. Let's take a look at the markets. What are the markets doing? Well, yesterday, this really makes no sense to me, guys. Yesterday, the markets were green as hell during all this. Now we find out that basically nothing happened and the markets are red. What? Okay. Well, maybe it had something to do with that report that came out today in regards to jobs, whatever the hell it was, biggest in history. But what's interesting to me is, as you see, you have a very mixed bag here, very mixed bag of tokens that are doing well and some that are in the red. Very weird to see. Like, why is Near up? BitTensor down, Ondo's up, Aptos down. Why is ADA up, Hyperliquid up, but Solana down, but XRP down, but ETH is down? Very weird. I don't know what's going on. There was some news. WorldCoin is up 20%. MYX Finance up 80%. What on earth is going on here? Well, I don't even know what this is. MYX Finance is a cryptocurrency launched in 2023 and operates on the BNB Smart Chain. Wow. So you're telling me this thing was doing it 2025. Okay, that's weird. So you're telling me this thing was doing this and then shot up like this out of nowhere just now? 15,000% this year. What is going on here? All right. I did know that there was some news about WorldCoin recently that happened. I don't remember what it was. If you guys don't know WorldCoin, this is, I believe, Sam Altman's project, right? Yeah. So New York Post just did a post about this. Interesting. We're going to take a look at New York Post. Probably not the most, unbiased, but it is what it is. Why Sam Altman's identification authentication cryptocurrency WorldCoin is skyrocketing. Very interesting. So we'll get back to it real quick, but I just want to read this first, guys. Sam Altman's WorldCoin is the latest cryptocurrency to get the so-called treasury strategy treatment when a publicly traded company uses a significant amount of cash on its balance sheet to buy digital assets. On Monday, 8Co surged more than 3,000%, from $18 per share to $45 per share, off the announcement that it will purchase 270 million of WorldCoin, while WorldCoin skyrocketed nearly 50% from $1.03 to $1.53. The digital identity cryptocurrency project wants to authenticate every person on Earth by scanning their irises, generating a unique iris code, but not, the company says, saving their biometric data. Right, Sam Altman. Who the hell believes that? Chat, if you're watching with me right now, let's read this again. The digital identity cryptocurrency project wants to authenticate every person on Earth by scanning their irises, generating a unique iris code, but not, the company says, saving their biometric data. Does anybody believe that? There's no shot. Guys, tech is evolving so fast. We went from, oh no, your email got leaked. Oh no, your password got leaked. To now, oh, your eyeballs got leaked. Someone has your eyeballs, your biometric eyeball data now. There's no shot they're not saving that data. That is such a lie. I'm sorry, I don't buy that at all. Sam Altman has already lied, already done some massively shady stuff. This is why Elon Musk does not like him, and they are feuding. OpenAI, his company, was funded by Elon Musk because he was supposed to start this non-profit AI-driven company If you don't know, OpenAI is the company behind ChatGPT. Mostly this guy right here. What was it? Last year, 2 years ago, the board pushed him out, and now he's back. If you've never heard an interview with Sam Altman, he's a very smart guy. Very, very smart. But I don't trust this guy at all. Not at all. That's why I don't use ChatGPT anymore. They're for sure saving that biometric data. For sure. I don't buy that at all, guys. But, I mean, I guess that's why WorldCoin is up. Very interesting. I mean, we'll see. Personally, not for me. ADA is an identification platform, and they were actually just named by someone. I forget what it was, who it was that just talked about it. But interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. So let's just bring it home real quick. Talk about the NPM supply chain attack again. I'm not trying to rhyme, but I'm doing it. Guys, again, I said on the stream this morning, if you're watching right now, all 14 of you on X and YouTube, first off, thank you for tapping in. Appreciate you guys tremendously. We really do. If you haven't subbed on YouTube, please go ahead and do that for me. If you guys don't follow us here on X or anywhere else on social media, do that for me as well. But why is this important, guys? Because, we said this morning, if you have your money on Coinbase or an exchange or something like that, you're definitely running a risk of having your funds either stolen or frozen. Now, this has happened multiple times on a platform like Coinbase. Scary stuff, right? I'm not singling out Coinbase. I use Coinbase, okay? But the deal is, if you hold your money on a platform like that, you are increasing your odds of something bad happening and you losing your money, or your money getting frozen and you cannot be able to access it. Like what's happening right now with Justin Sun and World Liberty Financial. What is going on there? I don't know, but stay tuned because we're going to have something coming for you guys on that. Pause. So, yes, that is what's going on there. I want to shift gears a little bit. We're going to take a look at something, okay? We are going to take a look at the possibility of a rate cut coming soon. This is now all breaking news. Donald Trump put out a statement. BlackRock CIO now says the Federal Reserve should cut interest rates by 50 basis points next week. This is today, guys. This is breaking news. Next week, we'll be covering that live, so make sure to stay tuned. Give us a shout out, sub to us. This is Polymarket. The Fed rate cut by how much? 95%. We are at a 95%, guys. If you like to gamble, it's pretty damn good odds. If you think we're getting rate cuts next week, chat, let me know in the comments. Personally, I've said it before, at this point, after we covered live the last time when he didn't do it, a lot more pressure this time. JP, my guy, Jerome Powell, this guy, this will forever live in my head, rent-free. Look at the face, look at the point. Excuse me, numbers are down, Jerome. What are you doing? Got the rates. Excuse me. Yeah, that's what's going on, guys. This right here. All right, so let's get to this tweet, or I guess Truth Social post, right, by Donald J. Trump. John Trump's his middle name? Probably. If the Fed had followed what we published, they would have raised rates in early 2021. The entire organization is broken. It needs to be fixed. They need to use modern sources of information. We strongly disagree with Ken Griffin. Ken Griffin, guys, for some context, is the CEO of Citadel. Big bank. If you want to, there's a funny movie about Ken Griffin called Dumb Money. That is the whole situation with GameStop. It's a good movie. I think he's played by Seth Rogen in that movie. Go check that out. We think incompetence is more important than to defend theoretical independence. Too late, meaning Jerome Powell. That's what Trump calls him now, because obviously Trump has nicknames for everybody. Too late, Powell has done a terrible job since he adapted a two-target ? It's too low. It's too rigid. They follow data that's years delayed. They don't believe that money supply matters. It's like the Pope not believing in Jesus. We think that's a much bigger problem than this notion that they are dependent or they're not independent. Jay Hatfield, Infrastructure Capital Advisors CEO and CIO on Maria B. Chair Powell was late to raise rates. They need to come down here. There's no question about it. He's dragging his feet. The Fed's going to come down here 50 to 75, maybe 100 basis points, that is. Greg Farinello, American Security on Maria B. So that was today, guys. Very interesting. Jerome Powell. If you guys believe that our guy JP here is going to be lowering the rates, chat, let me know in the comments. Again, like we're everything I'm covering right now is talking about step after step after step of things accumulating together that is going to create the most insane bull market and upward trend ever over the next couple months or so. That's my personal opinion. We're talking about rate cuts. We're talking about 90 plus ETF approvals next month. What else? There's one other thing that's incredibly bullish. Oh, the digital asset stockpile. We just talked about that. If your altcoin is mentioned in that, right now we have XRP, Solana, and ADA. If anything gets added to that, I mean, sky's the limit, right? Sky is the damn limit. So let's take a look real quick. What happened to these cryptos during that last announcement? Look at this. XRP. Wabam. Solana didn't really do much until more recent. Yeah, Sol's only up 58% on the year, but obviously that November time, they didn't pump as hard as XRP and as Cardano did. Cardano was like, wabam, look at that, crazy. So XRP, Solana, ADA, very bullish, guys. Stay tuned for that. Donald Trump basically is telling Jerome Powell to lower the rates. BlackRock is telling him to lower it. Real estate moguls are telling him to lower it. I don't know who isn't at this point. I've spoken to some people myself who says, no, I don't think he should. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think if he cut rates in September and we get the digital asset stockpile and we get all these other things going on, guys, it's just going to be a catalyst for things to actually go insane. That's my personal opinion. That's my 2 cents. Right? So we went from yesterday, basically this, that I thought was so bad that it was going to really halt things and deter retail from buying crypto. Because again, if you're the average person, you're not really too sure what's going on here. You're not really too sure how crypto even works in general. And then you read something along the lines of the biggest hack in history and nobody basically used blockchain, nobody make a transaction. You're going to be like, oh, this space is not even like big yet. It's still not even well thought out, and it's still in its infancy stages. And in some respects, it really is still, guys. 2017 was the massive ICO run. We saw a ton of projects come out of nowhere. And since then, a lot have been building. 2019, 2020, 2021, things just continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But now it's 2025. There's a lot of projects that have been building for years. Those projects, for example, a lot of them are they still have a long roadmap, still a long ways to go. But a lot of them are pretty damn good. A lot of them have made a lot of progress. They're good, robust protocols. Now, since we have like 1 million plus cryptos now, and there's thousands being built every day, whatever, there's still such a big pool of cryptocurrencies that are newer that, yeah, most of it still is in its infancy stages. But you have some that have been building for a long time and they're making really good progress. So, just to bring it back home, guys, the NPM attack basically amounted to nothing. Only $400 or so were taken. That's insane. People freaked out for no reason, but it looks like things are all right. So, moral of the story, if you're getting into crypto now, guys, and you're not really too sure what a hardware wallet is, go check out thecoinzone.com. We have a free guide for you there. And honestly, go watch our live from yesterday when I was covering this, because I went through a number of different cold wallets that you can use safely to store your cryptocurrency that don't have blind transactions. That's like the ultimate form of protection right there. It's pretty cool, guys. The other bad thing, however, though, is seed phrases. Seed phrases like Ledger can be given to government agencies, or those can be stolen. That's not good. Ledger does have seed phrases. So, I mean, I don't know, guys. Maybe choose a wallet with no seed phrase. It's very interesting. However, this is what we're talking about during the stream, guys. The NPM attack update. But I also wanted to turn the attention a little bit as well to this potential Fed rate cut, because I mean, this would be extremely bullish. You know, JP Morgan, I think it was, actually warned that rate cuts could bring a market dip. I've seen speculation, people say the next month or so, we might drop down a leg. You know, things might not be looking too good, actually. The rest of September, we might be a little red. And then maybe in October, especially if we get all those ETFs approved, things would start to switch around and then start possibly going back up again tremendously, not just, you know, leveling out. So that's the sentiment that I've been hearing. Curious to know what you guys are thinking as well. Looks like the market's kind of just doing whatever right now, a little choppy, nothing too crazy. I mean, there's a couple of coins, you know, all the top, most of the top are down except for, well, ADA is down a little bit now. At the beginning of the stream, it was up like 0.1 or something like that. Hyperliquid doing good. I'm assuming that's off the Van Eck news. Covered that earlier. Van Eck talked about Hyperliquid community. Link is down. Link is still just $23, guys. That is insane to me. 117 on the year. But I mean, wow. Imagine getting Link at $10. I mean, to me, guys, Link is undervalued, and I don't know when it's going to take off, but I feel like it will. I do like Chainlink a lot. Sergey Nazarov and Chainlink are very well connected with this new infrastructure that's being built, with this new administration, with a ton of institutions, with everything, guys. Sergey Nazarov is shaking Trump's hand, right? Was it the Digital Asset Summit? Something like that. AVAX is a great coin too. Sometimes I just like chopping it up with you guys and looking at some cryptos. I'm curious to know what you guys think too, though. So make sure to interact with me if you're here watching, all 28 of you guys on X and YouTube. Very curious to know what you guys think about this stuff. Very curious to know if we're going to get a rate cut. Polymarket says 95%. Yeah, it's going to happen. Can we trust Mr. JP to do the right thing? Some may agree it's not the right thing, but however, I kind of do. I think it's the right thing. Can we bank on this information being true? Well, that was cool. Can we bank on this information being true? September meeting, 95% we're going to get a rate cut. Can we trust this guy right here? Well, we did also cover some information recently, a week or two ago, where I think members of the Federal Reserve were actually saying, yeah, I think it's time. Raced cut, my bad. Yeah, so let's see. Reuters, why not? Fed rate cut now signals 3% inflation is the new 2%. It's all, this is so stupid, guys. I can't, when people say this stuff, all of it's fugazi. It's all made up, guys. Why is it 3 or why is it 2? It's all fugazi. Everything is made up. It's just like business. Oh, 15% off. You're having a great set. No, they make up the prices, guys. They're still making a profit. 3% inflation is the new 2%. It's all fugazi. Right off the bat, Reuters. We love it. Okay. Orlando, Florida, September 9th. Great. That's today's date. The Federal Reserve is widely expected to cut interest rates next week, even though inflation is still around 3%. a full percentage point above the goal, official goal. Yeah. Let's check out Trueflation Index and see what that says. So I believe oh damn. Yes, guys, Trueflation US Index 28. So yeah, I mean, Trueflation, you guys have seen me use this platform before. This is very interesting though, guys. I gotta be honest. 1 month, 6 month, 1 year, compare. God damn. All right. Well, 1.99%. Sure. They said 3%, 1.99. Trueflation, I think, is a better accurate measure. Very interesting though, guys. You guys are still here with me in the Coin Zone. I'm Crypto with Paul, as you know. I was thinking about going live, the last live of the day, in another hour and a half or so, talking about this CoinDesk interview that just came out with Charles Hoskinson, CEO of Cardano. Couple interesting things that he says here, guys. There's one clip going viral. We might look at that clip and dive a bit more into it. But yeah, this has been an interesting listen so far. I'm only 8 minutes in. Obviously, I got things to do here, but a lot going on, guys. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Just to bring it home again, like I said, nothing really happened with this attack yesterday. We all got scared for no reason. If you were the one person that lost that $400 or whatever, I mean, you might want to put a clown nose on. Imagine you're the one guy. I mean, I don't know if it was one person or accumulation of like $20 here and there, or $100 from this guy, $50 from this guy. But man, that surely stinks. But gladly, nobody really got scammed too bad or lost anything crazy or substantial. So very interesting, guys. Will the Feds cut rates? That's basically what I wanted to talk about during this live, is the NPM update and the Federal Reserve and our favorite guy here, Jerome Powell, JP the man. Is Polymarket going to have another one here about whether he says good evening or good afternoon? Because that legit is a thing, guys. People bet and gamble on how Jerome Powell starts his speech, whether he says good evening or good afternoon. Insane. It's like betting on what color the Gatorade is going to be at the Super Bowl. Not for me. This is interesting though. Maybe if you're a nice gambler and you think at this point this is locked in, why not go make $100 or something? That's crazy. But personally, again, I think, this was a couple months ago at this point now, guys. Jerome Powell has had pressure on him since then, since before this picture was taken, to cut the rates. So I think he has a lot of pressure on him. And now he's got Larry Fink breathing down his neck. Now he's got BlackRock breathing down his neck. And they're like, hey, bud, you going to do this or what? We're BlackRock. We have a lot of influence, by the way. Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if we get the Fed cutting rates. And I hope it happens. But if it happens or if it doesn't happen, we will be here at the Coin Zone. And I will be going live every single day during the week covering this stuff. So if you're one of the people on live with me right now watching and you like what you're watching, make sure to follow us here on X and subscribe to us on YouTube. Because I'm telling you guys, the Coin Zone, we go hard for you guys. We're going live all the time. We got great educational videos coming, always with the shorts. But we want to make sure that you guys are safe and you're learning about this space. So if you want to get involved with blockchains or buy crypto, whatever you want to do, we want to make sure you're doing it safely. So I'm glad nobody lost money yesterday during this biggest scam of all time, biggest hack of all time. Sure, like $400 were lost. FTX was a million times worse. Terra Luna was a million times worse. This is nothing, guys. If you've been in crypto for a long time, you've seen much worse. We all got spooked, but it's all good. With this, now the attention's on this. Love to end with this photo because this photo lives rent-free in my head. So I appreciate you guys tapping in for this stream. Once again, this is the Coin Zone. I'm Crypto with Paul. I'll be going live in another hour and a half. So make sure to tap back in. I'll see you then.